Hello students. In the last class we have discussed about the hydropower and tidal energy. Now we are going to start ocean thermal energy. As the name suggests that it is the ocean thermal energy means the source of energy, or we can say that the energy is harnessed by ocean and only which is also due to the heat energy or due to temperature. So it is defined as the energy due to difference in the temperature of the water at the surface of ocean and at the deeper level. Means if we have a ocean, then the water which is at the top surface receives the much amount of the heat. Therefore, the temperature of that water is more than the temperature of the water at lower region. Means there is some temperature difference which is existing between these two surfaces of water. That temperature difference is a source for this energy. Now we will define it as the plant which harness such types of energy are known as ocean thermal energy conversion power plants. These are initially or in the short form they are termed as OTEC power plants. Now we will discuss that how OTEC is responsible for the harnessing of this type of energy. In OTEC, a liquid is used that is volatile, means liquid which have low boiling point or which boils easily is used. In commonly used liquid is ammonia. In OTEC, the temperature of the water at surface and below the surface have temperature difference of approximately 20 °C. That then we said that the water on the upper surface of the ocean is much warmer, means it is high temperature. So that warm water is used to boil that volatile liquid. It may be ammonia, and when this liquid starts boil, it forms vapor, and those vapors are used to run the turbine, and running of turbine generates the electricity. And we discussed that the water at the depth is cold. So that cold water is used to convert that vapor into liquid. So this type of cycle again and again repeats itself, thereby generating the electricity. So in this process we initially used warm water. Then that warm water is used to boil the volatile liquid. When this volatile liquid is boiled, vapors are formed. These vapors are used to run turbine. Then turbine in turn generates electricity by generator. Now if we talk of the cold water, because warm water we have discussed that it is used in this way, but cold water. Cold water is used to convert vapor into liquid. And this cycle continues and produces the electricity. This was the OTEC. Now, there are some advantages of these energy. First advantage, that as we discussed, that warm water and cold water are used which are in ocean. So water is present in abundant. There is no limitation of its use. If there is no limitation, it implies that it is a renewable source of energy and it can be used even for 24 hours throughout the year. There is no time dependence as in the solar energy, that there was a limitation that it cannot be used at night time, but there is no such limitation in this energy. Now we will discuss about ocean wave energy. Ocean wave energy, as the name suggests, the energy associated with ocean waves. Now we will discuss that how we can harness this type of energy. Harnessing of this energy make the use of wind. Means whenever there is a blowing of wind across the surface of oceans, it causes the formation of ocean waves, and the kinetic energy of water that moves along the wave is known as the ocean wave energy. Now, as we have discussed in the above, that in OTEC we harness the ocean thermal energy. Similarly, there are some devices which are used to harness this ocean wave energy. Those devices which are commonly used are surface followers using floats or pitching devices. Another is focusing devices and oscillating water columns or OWC. Now we will discuss that how all these work, means how they harness this type of energy. First we will discuss about surface followers. Surface followers, it is consist of a series of floating objects. It is predicted as now this figure represents that how surface followers are made to use or are used to harness the ocean wave energy. This block is known as floating object. This is known as shaft. This is the below part is known as seabed. These white lines incoming are known as waves. And this object which is floating, it moves up and down, means it is not at a rest position, it is moving sometimes up and sometimes down along with the waves, means its motion is with waves. Now in this figure or in this surface followers, the mechanical energy which is produced in the shaft is converted to electricity. Now we will discuss about its another device which harness the energy, that is OWC, that is oscillating water columns. If we talk of oscillating water columns, these devices uses the force of the ocean waves. For example, we can take it. Whenever there is a compressed air, then it is used to rotate the turbine, and rotation of turbine thereby produces the electricity. So this was about the ocean thermal energy and its two devices which are used to harness the energy. Now we will discuss about another type of energy, that is geothermal energy. If we talk about geothermal energy, it means the energy which is or evolved from the surface of earth. Means it is a type of energy whose source is inside the earth. If we define geothermal energy, it is defined as the heat energy of hot rocks which are present inside the earth's surface. And this heat energy can be used as a source of energy to produce the electricity. Now, geothermal energy is a source of energy that is dependent indirectly or directly from solar energy. Means the geothermal energy is independent of solar energy. Neither it depends directly nor it depends indirectly. But the places where hot spots occur are known as hot spots. Means below the surface of earth there are the places where hot rocks are found. Those places where hot rocks are found are termed as hot spots. Now, this was brief knowledge about geothermal energy. Now we will discuss about that how this energy is harnessed. There are below the surface of earth, we have discussed that there are hot rocks. So underground water is also in contact with the hot rocks. As the temperature of the water increases slowly and slowly due to the presence of hot rocks, the water begins to turn into steam. And when more and more steam is formed, then the rocks get compressed due to high pressure. Due to that pressure, a hole is drilled into the earth and the hot rocks comes up through the pipe. This high pressure steam runs the turbine of a generator to produce electricity. Means hot rocks are in contact of underground water, which produces steam. It is compressed to high pressure then a hole is drilled into the earth. By using pipe we get the high pressure steam which is used to run turbine. So this was the one method by which we can harness this energy. There is another method also by which we can harness it. That is, as we have discussed, that there are large rocks which are present, so these rocks allow the steam and hot water to move up slowly and gradually. So the steam which is out of the ground are a kind of natural geysers. So this steam is then used to run the turbine and thereby generating the electricity. But we discussed that it is a kind of natural geyser, means there should be a water having high temperature, means that water should be hot water. So that hot water can also be put to use in some else manner. Here we have large rocks. These large rocks are responsible for the movement of steam and hot water in upward direction or upwards. Then it acts as a natural geyser. So here we have two things. First, they can be used to run turbine. And hot water can be used in else way. So this was the geothermal energy.